La tempesta ha spinto la mia nave così nel profondo dell'Atlantico che il polo sud si trova a 52 gradi sopra il nostro orizzonte. A circa 20 leghe si vede tutto intorno una costa aspra e trasversata.
I was driven among certain isles never before discovered by any known relation, lying 50 leagues or better from the shore, east and northerly from the straits.
In dit jaar van onze Heer 1600 liep hierdoor deze 3 eilanden, waargenomen op deze dag, en mijn eigen ware naam, de zeeboot.
On this fine day of January 27, 1690, I shall put ashore to inspect the immense amounts of kelp, geese and penguins. I shall name this stretch of water Falkland Sound, after my good Lord Falkland, Commissioner of the Admiralty.
In 1716, the English called the islands the Falkland Islanders, and the French Les Îles Malouines, after their home port of San Malo, later to become the Spanish Las Malvinas. During the next 50 years, Spain and France lost so many wars that Britain was fast becoming the rising power. They recognised that the Falklands could be a strategic tool of extension to protect the growing trade routes. In 1745, Lord Anson urged the Admiralty, having returned from wars with the Spanish with 500,000 in Spanish booty, to investigate the potential of the Falklands.
Moi, Antoine de Bourgogne, en vie, ayant lutté pour soulever notre glorieux drapeau au Fort Louis il y a 2 mois, en février 1764, déclare ces îles officiellement françaises.
In 1764, Captain John Byron left Britain on a secret expedition. He entered the bay at Saunders Island off West Falkland on January the 15th, 1765, and named it Fort Egmont, after the First Lord of the Admiralty. He thought the climate good, fenced off a plot of ground, planted it with vegetables and sailed off, naming a few rocks in the East Falkland. I have sighted what appears to be a French colony during a voyage to East Falkland. I am amazed by the sight of houses, fortifications and people, who number about 250. I have demanded they quit or swear allegiance to George III. There has been no response.
Pour gagner l'Espagne en allié, la colonie de Fort-Louis fut vendue en octobre 1766.
Au nom de Sa Majesté le roi Louis XV, j'exige que vous quittiez cet endroit sur le champ. Engagez-vous, vous et les autres, à la règle du gouvernement de Sa Majesté, comme c'est sujet de la couronne de France.
Una flota de 5 fragatas deben ser enviadas de forma simultánea de Buenos Aires por impulsar los invasores británicos. Por el honor del Imperio Español, yo declaro este territorio la provincia de Su Majestad, el Rey Carlos de España.
Étant donné l'état actuel de notre flotte, qui s'occupe plus de combattre pour la conservation et l'extension de nos territoires, cher Carlos, je ne considère pas que le moment soit venu de faire la guerre à la Grande-Bretagne. Mieux vaut discuter pour faire diversion au conflit.
Nosotros, no obstante, nos reservamos nuestra posición sobre la cuestión concerniente a los derechos de soberanía de las Islas Malouines, de otro modo conocidas como Falkland Islands.
We will simply omit this final clause in our copy of the Declaration. This declaration offers no satisfaction, no reparation. Fort Egmont alone is restored, not Falklands Island. Furthermore, it is my strong suspicion that an agreement has been made in the most secretive of manners, and with no remit through any debate in this House, to abandon our settlement at Fort Egmont and His Majesty's claims to the island. The speeches of Lord Chatham are a feudal gabble. The war party sits like vultures, waiting for the dead carnage. I have received news that His Majesty's forces have vacated Port Egmont and Falklands Island. Could the Right Honourable Lord Rochefort comment on this unseemly event? Be it known to all nations that Falklands Island, with this fort, storehouses, wharf, harbour, bays and creeks, thereunto belonging are the sole right and property of His Most Gracious Majesty, George III. In witness thereof, this flag is set up.
1808. Repúblicas independientes en Sudamérica comienzan a declararse independientes de España. El nacimiento de nuevas naciones. México, Venezuela, Paraguay, Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, Ecuador, Perú, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Honduras, Guatemala. 1820. La fragata argentina toma posesión formal de las islas. 1923. El primer gobernador argentino es declarado en las Malvinas. 1832. El HMS Cleo atraca y los británicos claman las islas después de 60 años. Fuerzas argentinas parten hacia Buenos Aires, causando una deshonra y una cicatriz permanente en el nacimiento de una nueva nación.
Britain began to claim sovereignty over East Falklands only in 1829. In other words, the Argentinian argument contained a good deal of truth.
He examinado recientemente el caso británico y he concluido que es extremadamente poderoso.
1940 Public Record Office file. Proposed offer by Her Majesty's Government to reunite Falkland Islands with Argentina and acceptance of lease. Closed to the public.
We urge Britain and Argentina to find a quick and peaceful solution to the problem, bearing in mind the UN Charter and the interests of the population.
Part in our development. The islanders owe the shaping of our lives not to some office in Whitehall, but to a British private company.
You're listening to the Falkland Islands broadcasting station. The time here in Stanley is 10 o'clock. And as usual, we'll be looking at the weather forecast, ranges in use, and the local announcements.
Shallow Harbour, Foxbury School. Right, Michelle.
We've been calling you, over.
My radio must have been a bit funny again, but it's all right now.
Yes, over.
Do you think you can read that first page for me?
That old red bus. There was an old red bus in that big of 3 corners. It was a very old bus. It didn't go very fast. We've been calling you, over.
Let's go. Okay. Yeah. All aboard. Eyes down.
Hold on. Now.
Yeah.
Stop. Now.
Stop.
Yeah.
15. Yeah.
Sorry, there isn't any more for you to look at. It's the Christmas cake.
Yes, yes.
It has been a day of intense diplomatic discussions between Britain and Argentina over the sovereignty of the Falkland Islands.
My government in danger of Argentine. But Britain now believes that Argentinian forces are about to invade.
Gorgeous. It was one of her dance started.
Most I like you, mother.
Well, I was born and brought up here. I'm a genuine Benny with a penguin bite on my hands.
And I wanted to nurse, so I left when I was 18, went off to England and did my training and so on. Met my husband in England. What did worry me a bit was moving the children down. I've got 2 girls, and they were used to, you know, British way of life, and I thought they probably wouldn't like it. But in fact they love it, and I'm now having difficulty in persuading Emma to go back to England to do her A-levels. I expect she'll go. But they do like it very much, in fact. So we haven't had any problems sort of settling down as a family.